Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Well, this is a good subject for today. The title is called The Deep State. And the deep state is supposed to be kind of a shadowy type government below the common day-to-day apparatus that we have. So there's such thing as what they call a deep state. It's made up of potentially secret and unauthorized powers or networks of power operating independently. That means it has its own agenda, has its own goals. It's kind of like a shadow government. It's not responsible to the public. You see what I mean? This is what makes it different than the, let's call it the apparent state, or one of the other names for the A or B is the administrative state. The administrative state. So we'll talk about these as we go along, inshallah. So, as we said, the deep state is supposedly a kind of a hidden government. So-called the deep state in the U.S. is a clandestine network of actors in and around the federal government and finance and industry, high-level actors of a hidden government. That's basically one of the... Now, we know, you probably never heard, but President Eisenhower made a statement in 1960. He's getting ready to leave the White House. There's been a few. During World War II, there was 2 5-star generals, one in the East or one in Europe and one in Japan. One was Douglas MacArthur in Japan, and the other was Dwight David Eisenhower, who handled the European theater, D-Day and all of that. Okay. When he left office in 1960, he was elected in 82. I remember that election. That's the first election I actually remember. I like Ike. I remember the buttons. Maybe I was 7 or 8 years old. But I remember that election. I like Ike. That's the buttons they had. So Eisenhower comes to power, and 8 years later he's leaving. He says, beware of the military-industrial complex. Have you ever heard of those names? Yeah. The military-industrial complex. He said there's a gigantic formed complex that has extraordinary authority and powers. He mentioned it almost being a government of its own. And before World War II, when they would have a war, when that war was over, they would disband the army and they would have, a handful of soldiers. Right, yeah. Like after the Civil War, man, the Civil War was over 670-something thousand people killed in the Civil War. That's the deadliest war they've ever... Can you imagine? See, weapons had got to a point to where they was pretty deadly. Bullets flew straight, and they tore up. Those old heavy caliber weapons. They would just rip you apart. And medicine was still in the Stone Age. That's why they would have in the earlier wars, they'd have so many amputees But now they have a lot of amputees because medicine and progress so much, they can start pumping on you, sucking this out, pumping that in, and your brains, you see people with part of their head blown off. You see tons of people with both their legs gone. And you see people that have bags for going to the bed. They can keep you alive now. If they get you back anywhere close to treatment, hey, you're probably going to make it. You're probably going to make it because they can shoot this in you, shoot that in you. But anyway, the Civil War, we're talking today about the deep state. That is a government that's non-responsible to people. And they carry, you can see the policies in the United States right now are administered by someone who cares little or nothing about the people of the United States. And that the people of the United States don't have nothing to say about that government, no matter who they vote in. The deep state or the hidden government or the apparent government carries on business for the military-industrial complex, the CIA, the FBI. All of these are organizations that carry great power and authority. The CIA and those people are controlling the whole foreign policy. For instance, the military-industrial complex produce weapons over and over again. And when they come out with new weapons, right, like let's say they're on on number 5 weapons now. They sell all the number 4 weapons all around the world. Or they sell weapons that can't be used against them. Yeah, they do. The United
Saddam. That's what happened to Saddam.
Well, Saddam had so many weapons and so much help, but whatever he wanted, he was trying to get some atomic weapons. In 1982, the Zionists just flew over and bombed it and went back to Israel. You know, that's all. And they do whatever they want to right now. So let's go to the deep state for a minute. So remember, the deep state is a type of government made up of potentially secret and unauthorized networks of powers. They're unauthorized, operating independently. They have their own agenda. They have their own goals. And in the second stage, the military-industrial complex, which include the CIA, the FBI, and all of those people. And working with them is the Congress of the United States. So, the military-industrial complex never goes broke because it's always working. Why? Because the CIA, formed by Nazis in 1947, yeah, the CIA was formed. First it was the OAS, Office of Overseas Submarines. In 1947, the ex-Nazis helped develop the CIA. And the first 2 coups they had was 1953 with the Shah of Iran as the first one. When they brought him back, he left. They kicked him out in 51. The Mossadegh government came in, nationalized oil. The CIA came in with British intelligence, and they caused a lot of fitna. and they destabilized the government, and that was it. The next one was the Arbenz government, 1954 in Guatemala. They wanted to do a semi-socialist type, a government that said, hey, we want to help everybody, and we don't have much, but we'll share it. They got rid of him right away, 1954. Now, helping in all of this, I don't know if you ever heard of John Foster Dulles, but he was in John Foster Dulles, and it was Allen Dulles, his brother, and Milton Eisenhower, the president's brother. If you ever heard of any of the old time shows they used to have, the United Fruit Company down, all of that, that was all them. That was all them. Boy, look at here. So anyway, so the military-industrial complex will be kept in power because of the needs for weapons. Okay, who will produce those weapons? The military-industrial complex. Now, what will produce the need? The CIA and NSA, all of those, will start wars all over the world to keep those weapons needed. Yeah, because they're going to keep, you look at their job, to keep something going all the time. Now, they're having a little trouble right now. Because, since 1975, it's actually Korea. Okay, with Vietnam, you could see the people on top of the U.S. embassies trying to jump on them helicopters. That was a bad day. That was the first visible out-and-out butt kicking that the United States got. It was clear. It hadn't had a good day since then. No, it hadn't had. Well, they had the 1991 when they went over and boxed Saddam Hussein's ears, but that was just temporary. That was a trap. Just like Afghanistan was a trap. Who would lay that trap for them? Allah would. Yeah. So, they stole in after 9/11, after 9/11, they cooked up all of that stuff. And who was the bad guys? It was some bad guys there, yeah. 15 of them was from Saudi Arabia. Can you imagine? Out of the 19 hijackers, suppose 12 of them would have been from Iran, or 5 Iranians, or 2 Iranians. 15 of them from Saudi Arabia. Could nobody leave America at first except people from Saudi Arabia? Okay, we don't want to get diverted. We want to try to just go straight for a while. So the military-industrial complex, it's like when the guy jumped over the wall down there during Obama's. Yeah, in fact, it might have happened twice. Now, they say, I don't believe it. They say the guy got on the elevator with Obama.
Well, I think he got on the elevator.
Right.
Out there, I don't think he got on the same elevator.
But if he got on the elevator, that's fine. That's fine. You go down there, I dare you to try to get on an elevator in the White House. You'd look like Swiss cheese, where it'd have all them holes in it. Or anybody else. But the security forces, that mean the people that take care of Obama was talking too liberal or too nice. They said, oh yeah, your family's in here, homeboy. We protect your family. So then they let the guys run in and get over the fence to let him know. Now, we could turn our head if you want. We turn our head. and you didn't hear nothing else from him. Because what's he says, I can't do anything. People got everything. All right. So anyway, Walaikum Salam. So anyway, the military-industrial complex, the NSA, National Security Forces, all of them are part and parcel of the administrative state. We'll call that the administrative state. The administrative state is on the surface and is visible. You can see it. That includes the Congress and all that. That's the administrative state. That's not the secret state. That's not the deep state. But they are part of, you would classify them as part of the so-called deep state.